Blending families later in life can be very challenging, but it can also be rewarding. The partners both bring children from previous marriages into the new relationship, and it requires some unique adjustments and considerations because of their ages and the family that they grew up in. Adult stepchildren can also be a fabulous addition to families who remarry in their later years. And sometimes it's just a living situation. You don't even need to get remarried necessarily to blend a family. I'm going to be sharing some of the challenges and benefits of blending families later in life. First, the challenges of blending families later in life. Challenge number one of blending families later in life is resistance from the adult children. Adults or teenage children may feel uncomfortable with a new step-parent or a partner in their parent's life, and they might feel that their relationship with their biological parent is threatened in some way. So you can meet up with some resistance, and it's important to navigate that. Challenge number two of blending families later in life is differing expectations. There might be different ways of thinking or expectations of how much the step-parents are involved with their children or with the other partner's children. So it's important to talk these things out to know, like, are you going to be involved, or is the other parent going to step out? Things like that. You have to really discuss the expectations so that everybody's on the same page and there are no hurt feelings, or less hurt feelings, let's say. The third challenge of blending families later in life is financial considerations. Merging finances from two separate households can be complex, especially when considering the inheritance money that is saved for the children. You've got to meet with somebody, some kind of financial planner, to talk about blending families and how much you're going to merge finances and how much you're going to keep them separate when you're merging families together and there are children involved. The fourth challenge of blending families later in life is navigating the exes. Many people have talked to me about how difficult it is when you have an ex, especially a toxic ex, and the partner is still dealing with their ex. And how do you deal with the partner's ex? How much involvement do you have, especially if they're still co-parenting together? These can raise some big issues around boundaries and other things that need to be addressed. Challenge number 5 of blending families later in life is different parenting styles. So similar to what happens when there is an ex co-parenting, when blending families, it is also important to have both partners agree on the boundaries when it comes to disciplining and even rewarding the other partner's children. It is one of the biggest issues that comes up when you blend families. How much money do you give? How much time do you spend with the other family? Let's say your children are already grown and they have children of their own. These are things to discuss before you get married. How much time you're going to spend vacation time with your children versus their children, and how do you navigate that? And these are all just communication things. They all should be worked out either before you get married or after the marriage. When things come up, there should be an open conversation. Now let's talk about 3 of the positive benefits of blending families later in life. The first benefit of blending later in life is a shared support system. A blended family can provide additional support and companionship for many years to come. We've heard stories of people who blended families, and they are all part of each other's family and holiday celebrations, and it really has added so much value to the family unit by having these extra people in their family. The second benefit of blending families later in life is new perspectives. When you bring different experiences and family traditions together, it can enrich you and your family. So be open to new ways of celebrating holidays, new ways of having family celebrations, and just having new rituals that your family can have together. And the third positive benefit of blending families later in life is growth and resilience. When you successfully navigate the challenges of a blended family, it can strengthen your relationships and your own personal development. These are not easy things to do. The transition from single to step family puts a lot of pressure on a new couple. So if you're experiencing challenges in blending families, you're not alone, and it's not easy. So accept that it's going to be hard, but these challenges can be overcome if you and your partner are willing to work together and communicate through all of the ups and downs. And you might even need to hire somebody to intervene. A lot of people go to therapy, and that has been really helpful because sometimes it's hard to manage these things on your own. Have you blended your family later in life? Please let me know any tips that helped you succeed in any challenges that you've overcome.